In the late 60s, early 70s, we had a young 8-year-old girl come and hang around, and she wanted to ride around with me on my calls. And she was just not to be denied. She was bright and perky and very intelligent, and promised me she was going to be a veterinarian and she was going to work on horses. She was a horse crazy 8-year-old girl, and we more or less patronized her. Her parents were both distinguished people in the medical field, and they would pack her lunch and she would come and ride around with us, and then we would call when we were on the way in, 7:30, 8:30 at night, and she'd be asleep in my truck, leaning on my shoulder, and that little girl's name was Lois Tull. So part and parcel of the memorable moments was, certainly it was not memorable at the time to be hauling around an 8-year-old enthusiastic kid, but it certainly has turned out to be one of the memorable things in my professional life. I guess I will have to betray my chauvinism and say the biggest advancement was organized veterinary medicine opening its doors to women. Obviously there was tokenism through the, I mean, there have always been great women veterinarians all the way back to the Civil War, but the actual equality, the level playing field for women in veterinary medicine has been one of the greatest advances in my lifetime. They bring a lot to the profession, and that's what we've seen, especially in equine veterinary medicine. I can't speak for the other branches, but certainly that's one of the major things. I was born and called by God to be a range cattle veterinary practitioner. Dr. Marvin Beeman changed all of that. His love of, his understanding of, his appreciation for the horse was very seductive to me, and it made a lot of sense to me. I still love to work on range cattle, you know. I love to do a cesarean on a cow. When I was 8 years old, I squeezed a cattle grub out of a cow's back, and I thought that was one of the most magical things in the world. So anyway, that's how it started when I was a kid growing up in range cattle country in the San Luis Valley at Alamosa and Los Sauces, Colorado. But the influence of Marvin Beeman cannot be overstated. It's been pervasive, and it's been one of the great decisions of my life. If you scratch the surface long enough, you'll find a cow doctor underneath with me